Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I'm finally getting around to sharing my word for the year. So excited. So this is my journal where I am recording all the monthly prompts. So I've already shared in a previous video what I've done for the first few prompts. So reflection, I haven't done vision board yet, but I shared the goals and I've got my page read for word of the year, so just getting around to sharing it now. Okay, so here it is. My word for the year is love. Okay, and there's a whole story to this, and yeah, I will share it with you in this video. Okay, so when I was first thinking of my word for the year, some other words were coming up. Well, love was one of them, but receive, diamond, abundance, fear, and abide were the other words that were just resonating with me. But none of those words were, there was no light bulb moment going, yes, that's the word. And I always wait for that sense, I wait for God's voice to speak to me and just say, once you hear God's voice, you just know it. So I was waiting for that moment, and I knew it would come. For a while, I was like, what is it? And because sometimes you can be rushing and just be like, tell me now. And then you can kind of sometimes fret like, oh, it's not coming, maybe I'll never get one or whatever. But yeah, I was just like, no, I've learned enough. I've learned from previous times that eventually he always does just speak, and when he speaks it's just so clear and you just know. So yeah, eventually it did come. I think about 4 days later. So I was reflecting on my word on New Year's Eve, which is my tradition, is to try to think of a word on New Year's Eve for the year. It didn't quite come there on New Year's Eve. Like I said, just these words came. But then, yeah, a whole bunch of different things came together to tell me and confirm for me that, no, this is the word. So originally when it came up, I was just like, no, that's not my word, or I don't think that's my word, because love is just such a general word, and it's so broad, and for me, I've never, of course it's a really, really meaningful word and significant and important, but for me, I always just felt like it was, cliche, overused, airy-fairy, taken too lightly, taken too much for granted to be a powerful word, if that makes sense, even though I totally know at the essence it is definitely a powerful word, and it's always been something that I valued and everything. But just for this, I was like, no, I don't want that to be that too broad and general and overused that it gets watered down word. But I'm bringing back the depth to it for this year for me, where now through these things that have spoken to me, I'm just like, whoa, it is, yeah, it's powerful, it's deep, it's everything really. That's the point. And okay, so how did it come about? So one of the ways was just last year, towards the end of the year, I got a word, and yeah, one of the encouraging things that I felt God speak to me through that word was that I would sit under a banner of love, and that my job was just to simply receive and to be loved. And that sounds really easy and like, yay, woohoo, that's great, a great word. But for me, it can, from my background, it can seem very hard to do, very scary. In fact, I'm not sure if anyone can relate to this, but when you come from a background feeling worthless and not good enough, and that you don't belong, and like you're a waste of space, that kind of thing, my story with depression and anxiety, how I became consumed with doing and responsibility and duty and give and do. And so for me to just simply receive and to be loved can be a struggle for me. And because all those thoughts of, oh no, can't do that, and feeling guilty and feeling bad, and people are going to judge me, and what are people going to think of me, and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, it's just like, forget all that stuff. It's all about what God is saying and what he wants to do, and
just going with that, trusting that, resting in that, and who cares what people think, right? And so, yeah, from my own background and my own set of specific struggles, this is a challenge for me, just to simply, sit under that banner of love and just receive that love and be loved. So this is what I'm diving into this year with that word. But other things that came up with that word were just a conversation with a friend, my friend Emily. She also helped me find my word for last year, and it's literally just through conversations. Sometimes God speaks to me through just conversations, and it's not like they tell me this is what I feel like God's saying to you. Not at all. It's just like we're just talking like we normally do as friends, and then afterwards I'll be like, whoa, I really felt God speaking to me through you. And that's what happened again this time. And we were just having a conversation about love and how people can turn to so many things, self-help and psychology and therapy and all this kind of stuff. And they're all good things. Like, I love those things. But at the end of the day, what people really need is just love. I mean, to know you are loved and to know you can love yourself, to have that permission, and to know that people love you, and to know that, you're safe, and just who you are is loved. I mean, life is miserable if you believe you're not loved. So, and I don't know, so many limitations happen if you think you're not loved. I mean, saying no all the time, not facing fears, not making friends because you're too afraid to meet people because you think they won't love you, not being yourself, not being vulnerable, not letting people in, all these things, not having close relationships, maybe not having relationships at all, maybe not stepping out to apply for that job because you just think, who cares, I'm worthless, what's the point, not trying what you really want to do because you just think, what's the point, who cares about my dreams, and who cares about this, because I don't care about it because I don't love myself. So I just really, hitting home with how important love is just to living and being and breathing and doing anything. And so I just thought, it really is so essential and needed. There's all these studies about kids who die if they don't have love, if they're not held and they're not cuddled and they're not touched, and they don't feel loved, babies will die, all this stuff. So it's a vital need. We need food, we need water, we need shelter, but actually we also have an emotional need, and if that need isn't met, we wither and we die. So really important. Hi Keanu, how are you? You're going to sit on my page, are you? Okay. That's all right. I can remember what else came together. Another thing that came together, and this was the clincher for me, was just remembering or realizing what my mission or mission statement is for my channel. My general mission statement is in just life and living, and my purpose is to is to uphold the worth and dignity of all people through my words and creativity. But specifically for my channel, my mission statement for my channel, for YouTube, and for my Etsy, and for my journals, for everything I create, and for this business, my mission statement for all of that is to bring light and love, light and love, life too, light and love to people, and to, make people's days better in some small way, and to make their lives better in some small way. And by bringing light and love, it does bring life into perhaps dark places, or places where there have been death, or places where there's been a hopelessness or feelings of worthlessness, into places of depression, anxiety. I hope to bring a bit of life through the light and love that I hope I'm giving through when I speak on my channel, and whatever creation I create, every journal and everything that I send. I love it when I just get a message, and someone says, this package from you, whether it was a journal or an embellishment or whatever, it really came at the right time and it lifted me up. And that's the point.
It's not just a journal. It's not just an embellishment. It's something to add something good to someone's life and hopefully make them feel loved and special. Just to bring something good into their life. Okay, and anyway, so that was the clincher. I was like, last year my word was light, and this year my word is love. And of course it had to be love, because that's my mission, to bring light and love through my channel and journals and creations. So that's when I was just like, oh, okay, yep, confirmed. All these different things speaking to me, that's the word. Okay, we are going for love this year. And yeah, I'm just amazed at the transformation that's happened already from, New Year's Eve, and I was going, yeah, no, love doesn't really speak to me, it's too airy-fairy, to now I'm just like, oh my gosh, love is just the thing that every single person needs. And I know that sounds ridiculous and cheesy, but I mean this from, the depths of my heart, and I mean it from this vital place where we need air, we also need love. I mean, it's that gritty and that essential and that fundamental and that foundational. And so I'm like, wow, God, you've taken me on a journey already with this word. And so I've got this whole journal that I am dedicating to this journey of just what I'm learning about love. So this story will go in there. And a whole bunch of other stories are going in there. Like, ever since this has become my word, I'm just seeing little gifts of love coming into my life. And I'm just trying to be open, trying to receive humbly without feeling guilty or bad, and just letting it be, and just filling my heart with gratitude, and then sharing that, out of this love that we receive, we can then give. That whole idea of, if you aren't loved first, you can't love others. And so the more we can receive love and know how much we are loved, the more we can love others and give love to others. So that is my word. So I hope that was inspiring or encouraging or gives hope. I don't know, there's just so much that I'm learning, and I'm getting a bit in a way, there's so much that I'm getting a bit behind in trying to record all of these lessons. And there's so much as well that I want to share as well about this whole thing, and just my conviction, I suppose. Like, I'm really convicted about how important this is, and I just want to share this with everyone. And I pray, I don't know, maybe through this video, through this year with my channel, that people will just know the extent of how much they are loved. You, whoever's watching right now, you are so incredibly, powerfully, fiercely, unrelentingly loved, and that will never, ever go. And I don't know what your situation is or your circumstances are, and sometimes it can feel like that's the last truth that seems real, and especially when you're caught up in that self-hatred. I've been to that place. I know what self-loathing is like. To know that you are loved, it can feel like the furthest thing from the truth. But I'm convicted, and I'm just so, really, passionate about this, and just making a stand and just saying, you're loved, that's all I can do. I can't make you feel loved, I can't do anything, but I'm praying that you feel loved and doing my part, being obedient, sharing this, or what I feel I've led to share, and that you are just so loved. And I know all I can do is share that and pray that you feel so loved in every circumstance, whatever it is. I pray that little gifts of love shower you throughout the days, throughout this year, until it sinks right into your heart, that you know it, and then you can live from a place knowing you are loved. And so one other little challenge I have as well, which I might talk more about later, is this is another thing. We can face fears when we are loved, and
because we know we're so loved. Like, even if we stuff up, even if we make a mistake, even if people think, oh my gosh, that's the worst thing ever, or even if people judge us or misunderstand us or don't get our hearts or attack us, or I don't know, whatever the fear is, love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out all fear. And that's what I mean by living from this place of love. You can step into those fears because you're just like, it's going to be okay because I'm loved. No matter what happens, it's going to be okay because I'm loved. And yeah, so I am actually just going to pray. I was thinking maybe I could do this at the end of my videos or something. One, because I'm just convicted about sharing this, I don't know, message of love, and my heart just breaks for any person who doesn't know or feel loved. So I just want to pray for that. So Lord God, thank you so much for every single person you have created, and that you have such a love for them that is so deep and beyond anything we could ever know, and that all the love that we can experience here on this earth is just a glimpse of the love you have for us. And I pray for all people, but especially those who feel unlovable and unloved right now, and who are struggling to love themselves, or who have people in their lives who aren't treating them well, or whatever the case is, Lord. I just pray for all these people that you absolutely just surround them with your love and pour your love onto them, and help them to know that no matter what situation, no matter how dark and how much death or how much pain or how much confusion or how much hurt there is, Lord, that you are only love, and you're bringing love into all situations. You're bringing it and to overflowing. And yeah, I just pray that's a hope that people can hold on to, that you are the hope, that you are the love. And for anyone, all people, just whoever, no matter how you've been treated, no matter how you've treated others, no matter anything, just you are so loved and special and valued, and you all have so much to give. And I just pray that nothing robs people of that, because the feeling of being unlovable and hating yourself robs people of being who you've created them to be, of being who they are, of just living as they are without trying or striving to be good enough, because they already are, and as they are, without trying, are giving so much to the world and are just a gift. And yeah, I don't want anyone to be robbed of that, and I just pray no one is, and that it is a journey as well. I mean, as I go on this journey of learning more about love and trying to just open myself up more to it, be vulnerable to it, because it is scary, that perhaps people would journey with me and also be willing to open themselves up to your love. One of these things that I got that I thought I'd share now, that I'm just feeling led to share because I wasn't sure if I would, because it's quite personal, but I just felt God say to me one time that I know God loves me, and I that's always been my foundation and rock. But he was just telling me that what I've experienced of his love is a droplet. And I'm like, wow, I'm so thankful for that droplet, because that droplet is everything to me, and I don't need any more than that droplet. That is more than enough. But he was just challenging me and saying, I've got an ocean. And I was like, whoa, back off. An ocean, no, I don't want to drown. Don't give me an ocean. This droplet is just enough. Or maybe a cup, give me a cup. Don't worry about an ocean. I don't need an ocean. And God's just like, no. I'm an ocean of love, and I want to give you this ocean of love. And I don't know if anyone can relate, but yeah, that scares me, that ocean. But you know what? I know my God is good, and I love his love, and I want more of it. And so I'm going to be willing to step my toe into that ocean. And he wants me to dive right in, but he's patient, and he is excited to go on the journey with me, just to step a toe and then a foot and then the leg and then the other leg. And it could take many years, or it could happen all at once. When God moves, it can happen quickly sometimes. But regardless, if it's slow or fast or whatever, come on this journey with me. if you're anything like me and that ocean scares you, let's step in a toe together and see what happens. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Just know that God has an ocean of love for you, and yeah, that's all. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.